Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2017 mid-month readings. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and welcome to any newcomers who are here for the first time. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and follow my YouTube channel, and thank you for the support, the feedback, and the comments as well. Also, a special note of thanks to my regular clients for keeping me updated on how our readings play out in your lives. And just a general note of thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It's always a pleasure and an honor to read for you. If anyone is interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the little About button for more information, and you can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I offer a variety of different types of readings, lengths of time, love compatibility readings, general readings, and I also do a yearly overview, 12-month overview, which is pretty popular around this time of the year. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. Current turnaround time for personal readings is anywhere from a couple of days upwards of 2 weeks. But since I do readings full time, I'm usually able to get back with you fairly quickly and set up a reading within 2 weeks. So these are general readings, and there's lots and lots of you watching. So they're not going to, of course, mean the same thing to everyone watching to the same degree and intensity. So if you know your rising and your moon sign as well, watch those videos. They may play out a little more predictively for you than your primary sun sign. And watching them may just give you additional bits of insight into what's going on in your life over the next couple of weeks. So let's get right into this reading. This is for the water sign of Pisces for February 2017. Mid-month. What does the remainder of February 2017 have in store for the water sign of Pisces? Pisces the fish. Lovely mercurial Pisces. What do the last couple of weeks of February have in store for Pisces? Pisces 2017 February mid-month. Okay, Pisces. We begin with Justice, followed by the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, followed by the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Cups, there you are, followed by the Two of Wands. And from the bottom of the deck, your crowning card, overall energy and advice, is the Seven of Pentacles. All right, Pisces, let's just take a look here. Well, it looks like for a lot of you, you have successfully completed a battle or a challenge of some kind. Successfully for most of you anyway. There is a withdrawal from conflict, a battle coming to an end, walking away from struggle and fights and battles and squabbles, and deciding where you're going to go in your long-term future. Reflection and assessment is your overall energy. All right, let's begin, Pisces. We start with the energy of Justice, followed by the Five of Swords. So Justice is a major arcana card, your only major arcana card in this spread. So significant, profound, divine energies here. Justice is the reap what you sow card. It represents that what you put into something is going to reflect the outcome and the decision, and also that it will be fair and just and equal. Justice is blind, and that saying comes from the outcome or decision, the consequences of something is based entirely on facts, logic, information, proven motivations, and actions of the people involved, but that the outcome is fair and just. And in the upright position, the implication is that it is fair for you, that things are working out in your favor, particularly those of you for whom this might be any kind of a legal issue, contracts and negotiations working out in your favor, decisions in your favor, the truth being revealed. There's a sense of vindication, wrongs being righted here. Now, Justice is accompanied by the Five of Swords. So here we have air energy, which is the element that governs swords, mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. The Suit of Swords is about how we look at things, our perspectives and outlooks and belief systems, our ideas and words, and how we communicate those. The Five of Swords is technically a victory card. And I say technically because sometimes it can represent a shallow victory or a victory that comes at the cost of personal relationships or relationships with other people. And the question that always accompanies the Five of Swords is it worth it? Is the battle worth it? Is what you were fighting for, was it worth the victory? Was it worth what you got in the end? Sometimes the question is yes, and sometimes it's no. Only you can decide that. You can see the man on this card has successfully completed a battle or challenge of some kind. He's gathered up all his enemies or opponents' weapons, and he's holding his own in victory. But the feeling of the card is still kind of a bit grim and bleak. He doesn't look particularly victorious. He looks tired, worn out, exhausted. He's wounded, bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. This battle has taken a lot out of him. It's cost a lot. So whether it's worth it or not is really up to you. So it looks like Pisces, you have there's been some kind of struggle or conflict, a challenge of some kind. It's at an end. You are the obvious victor, or things have worked out in your favor. Um, it looks like it was quite a battle. It looks like it took a lot out of you, and it may have come at a pretty high cost. And for some of you, winning this battle or you coming out on top may have cost you a relationship or some relationships. Um, And it could be that whatever the outcome was in terms of that justice card, it's just and it's fair for everyone involved. And it looks like you're the one that was vindicated. But again, I'm getting the feeling that for some of you, this may have cost you a relationship of some kind or a friendship of some kind. For some of you, it could be job or employment as well. Although again, you're coming out the victor, but it could have cost you the job. Now, moving forward, we have the Four of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. So the Four of Swords, we have more of that air energy here. The Four of Swords is a card of withdrawal from conflict, withdrawal from fighting, respite. It's a card of, it can indicate feeling tired, worn out, exhausted. Again, I think whatever it is that you've just been through, Pisces, really, it was quite a struggle. It looked like it took quite a bit out of you. This is a card that says it's time to kind of withdraw from that. It's time to rest, recuperate, perhaps kind of go within and seek out some insight, clarity. I mean, your overall energy is kind of reflection and assessment. I feel like the energy over the next couple of weeks is actually fairly quiet. It's kind of like a recuperative energy, kind of reflecting back on everything that you've just been through, taking care of yourself, or the strong advice that you need to take care of yourself, and withdrawal from all conflict. The fighting is over. Now, the Four of Swords is paired with the Nine of Pentacles. Here we have Earth energy, which is the element that governs the suit of Pentacles. So the energy of this suit, Pentacles, is about the earthly, material, tangible world we live in. So often this energy manifests in tangible ways, like around money or finances, property, resources, etc. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence, self sufficiency, self empowerment. It's a card of reaping the rewards of your own hard effort, your own labors, enjoying the fruits of your labors, which is what this woman is doing. This card represents being at a place in your life where you don't really need to rely on anybody else, and the things that you are enjoying, you're enjoying because you've earned them yourself. Nobody's handed them to you. So hence it being a card of independence, self-sufficiency, and self-empowerment. It's sometimes referred to as the happy single person card, but whether she's with someone or not with someone, it doesn't really matter. The energy is still the same. She's very happy with the place that she's in and the energy of where her life is going, and enjoying where her life is at the moment. Enjoying it with an extra sense of self-satisfaction because she's earned it herself. Again, whatever it is that you've been through, that you've come out on top, it looks like it was quite a struggle, quite a battle. It took quite a lot of effort, but it's enabling you to, in a very tangible, maybe even a financial and material way, as you disengage, it's giving you the resources. And I think just the feeling that you, for some of you, if it's not actual, money or resources, just a sense that you fought, you won, you stood up for yourself, and you're very happy with where you are. Now, next to that, we have the energy of the Eight of Cups, followed by the Five of Wands. So here we have water energy, which is the element that governs cups. Cups is all about our emotional landscape, feelings, emotions, relationships, and love. The Eight of Cups is a card of walking away from something which has left you disappointed, disillusioned, something which may have started out to be something quite positive, but it turned out to be different than what you thought, or something which has served its purpose and it's no longer something you find fulfilling, satisfying, or where your joy is. Uh, this man has decisively and assertively made up his mind to leave whatever these cups represent, leave it behind. He may not be entirely certain of where he's going, but one thing he's certain about, and that is that he is leaving what is not working for him, which has turned out to be somewhat of a disappointment and a disillusioning kind of energy, leaving it behind and moving forward and seeking his joy and his fulfillment elsewhere. Now, the Eight of Cups is paired with the Five of Wands. Here we have fire energy, which is the element that governs the suit of wands. This is an active, fluid, dynamic suit, change, movement, action, power. The energy of wands is all about creating and building and manifesting. It's very forward moving. The Five of Wands is a card, it can represent conflict, fighting, squabbling, not in a major way, but just kind of continuous. Nobody winning, nobody losing, but just kind of endless circular squabbling. This can represent conflict externally with people in your environment or around you, or it can reflect an internal conflict, again, kind of an internal conflict with yourself, kind of turning things over and over again and not really able to come to a successful conclusion or a satisfactory solution. So just kind of circular conflict. But it looks like you are leaving that behind. It looks like you're leaving a lot of things behind and feeling very good about how you did it and moving forward. There's a very strong assertive feeling that whatever it is that you've just come through, Pisces, you are done. Very, very done. Now, at or towards the end of February 2017, we have the energy of the Queen of Cups, followed by the Two of Wands. So here we have your energy. First and foremost, I'm reading this as just your energy. You are a water sign, and the Queen of Cups is a water sign as well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Always a powerful sign when you show up in your own reading. But for some of you, this could represent yourself. Some of you, this could represent another water sign in your sphere, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Somebody else who's playing a significant or influencing role in the situation, or somebody that you may be moving forward into the future with as you disengage from whatever this is. The Queen of Cups is a very spiritual, intuitive individual, and also very loving and nurturing, because Queens and Kings represent people who have reached the mastery of their suit. And the suit of Cups is emotions, feelings, relationships. So this is somebody who's loving, nurturing, a very good source of emotional support and feedback, always knows the right thing to say. Lovely, soft, feminine, nurturing energy here. Emotionally able to tap and access emotions, but not be ruled or enslaved by her emotions and feelings. Very emotionally stable and grounded as well. Now, the Queen of Cups is paired with the Two of Wands. So, the Two of Wands is a card about being at a crossroads and needing to make a decision, as this man is. Which path do I take? And the key to choosing the right path for this man is in long term thinking and long term planning, because we're at the beginning of a new path as we stand at this crossroads. We're only at the two here. So, the key to choosing which path is to look ahead and think about what the big picture is. What is your long-term goal? And once you have that firmly fixed in your mind, the path to it becomes more clear. It becomes more clear which path to take. It's not a card about choosing what appears to be fun or shiny right now. This is, again, the key to choosing the right path, and the energy of the Two of Wands is in the big picture, what you want long term. So it looks like at or towards the end of February, as you're moving away from this very difficult time in your life, but that you've come through very successful, particularly those of you it was an actual battle or challenge or fight. You've come through successfully. You are leaving it behind completely and feeling very good about how you conducted yourself as well. Some of you may have actually gotten financial or material rewards from having come out on top. You are leaving the conflict and the struggle and the endless fighting and squabbling behind. There's a sense of not being quite sure where you're going from here on out. But the key to choosing the right path and not meandering around or choosing the wrong path is in being very clear and definite about what you want long term, what the big picture is, so you can choose the right path to getting there. And that's going to require some contemplation, reflection, and assessment. This is not the time to be spontaneous or impulsive, which is echoed by your crowning card, overall energy, which is the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of reflection and assessment. It's harvest time for this woman. Uh, uh, all the effort that she's put into growing this crop, all the effort you put into doing this has been successful. It's yielded a pretty good crop. And she's trying to figure out where she wants to go from here. Is she going to pick everything and leave? Is she going to continue the same crop? Is there enough left to harvest? This is a card of contemplating whether everything you've invested in has paid off and where you're going to go in the future. Are you going to continue to invest in the same type of things? Are you going to continue on the same path, or are you going to choose a different path? It's a card of taking the time to kind of look at where you've been expending your energy and your time and your resources, asking yourself if you want to continue doing that. Has it paid off for you? Um, have you gotten what you thought you'd gotten? Where are you going to go from here? Is it time to do something new, or do you want to stay on the same or similar path? So it feels like Pisces over the next couple of weeks, it's a pretty quiet, contemplative energy, and it feels like it needs to be because whatever it is you've been through, it looks like it took quite a bit out of you. So you need to take care of yourself, kind of rest, recuperate, recharge, get yourself back together again. Give yourself a pat on the back too, because I feel like you conducted yourself really well. The outcome has been fair. Make sure not to be too spontaneous and impulsive in rushing ahead on a new path. Make sure that it fits in line with what you want long term down the road, what your big picture goal is. And I think you'll be just fine. So, Pisces, that pretty much wraps up your February 2017 mid month reading. I hope you have enjoyed it and found it useful and clarifying to you for kind of a peek on what's going on over the next couple of weeks. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March 2017 general readings. And until then, Pisces, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.